Welcome. So grateful to be with you for another week. For those that may be new, I'm Tim Fortescue, an IFS trained practitioner specializing in spiritual growth and healing, whether you're healing from religious trauma or just seeking guidance on your journey like we all are. I'm here to walk alongside however I can. As we go throughout the time today, feel free to ask questions in the chat, and I'll spend some time answering those at the end of our time and interacting with you some there. If you're watching a recording, go ahead and put your questions in, and I'll either get back to them next week on the chat or we'll engage with you throughout the week. And if you find the content here helpful, please share and subscribe, follow, hit the bell, whatever you do on the platform that you're on, and share it with others who you think may benefit. If you're new to IFS, you can find out more on my website, faithfullygrowing.com. And while you're there, I encourage you to sign up for my free IFS guided meditations. There's a list of 25 if you haven't already. And you can learn more about me, and know that you can always send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com if you have questions. And if you'd like more community and to walk along others on their IFS journey, check out the Faithfully Growing community. It's a membership that I have just for $9 a month, and you get a weekly drop-in via Zoom and many other things there. So you can check that out on the website too. Today, I'm going to talk just a bit about honoring your exiles. The parts of ourselves that are emotions or aspects that we push away due to pain, fear, or shame. And we all have them. I know personally, if you've been around, you've heard me talk about my parts that often they're 5 or 7. They tend to like to be called my little Tim parts. It's a term of endearment to them. But those parts of me have struggled in the past much more and still struggle today. And I have to be aware of them that impact my life and don't believe that they're good enough, don't believe they're beloved, and don't believe that they belong. And those protectors, mine are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are protecting those little ones. And even though they're older, they're carrying a lot, and they don't know that I'm older now and that they're not alone. So be aware of that, the exiles, the younger parts, as well as those parts that are protecting them as we go throughout our time today. And a turning point for me with these parts, whether it be protectors or my younger exiled parts, is when I chose to acknowledge and embrace them with compassion. So here's some questions that may be helpful for you to ask, and then I'll lead us in a meditation. But which parts of you still feel exiled or neglected, haven't been able to give voice or to have a voice? And how can you honor and welcome these parts back into your system, because they play a role, they belong, they make you who you are today? And what do these parts need from you right now? And just remember to do this compassionately and with acceptance. And if you aren't able to, it's likely those parts jumping in that need voice. And you'll notice that throughout this meditation, even though we're spending time with our exiled and younger parts, those protectors have been caring for these little ones for a long time. And we don't want to bypass them. So if it makes sense to just pause and be with them, do that. And do what feels right for you. Some practical steps for you As you continue to engage with your parts and those younger inner child parts, those exiles, journaling or dialoguing with those parts. We'll practice that a little bit now. Practicing self compassion through affirmations or meditation. And then seeking support from trusted friends or a therapist or a coach. And know that you can always book a free consultation on my website. I'd love to meet some that are tuning in here. And so I encourage you to take just small steps, and maybe even one small step this week, to acknowledge your exiles and remind them that they're whole and worthy just as they are. And so we'll jump into our meditation now, but thank you for your time and just your engagement here. So let's take a bit just to check in. Begin by finding a quiet and comfortable place. You can close your eyes or let your gaze rest softly in front of you. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel the weight of your body being supported by the ground beneath you. Allow your breath to settle into a natural rhythm when it feels right, anchoring yourself in this moment. Now gently turn your awareness inward. Imagine yourself in a safe and welcoming space, perhaps a peaceful forest, a cozy room, or a warm meadow. This is a space where all parts of you are welcome. As you breathe, ask yourself, is there a part of me that feels exiled or neglected? Notice if any emotions, memories, or sensations arise. Be aware of those protective parts that have been watching out for this little one for a long time. And let them know that we're not trying to take over. They've been doing the best they can, but we care about this part too. You care about this part too, and you're here to help, to work as a team. But you're not going to go any faster or any farther than they want to go. You don't need to force anything. Just observe with curiosity and kindness. If an exiled or younger part comes forward, take a moment to acknowledge it. More often than not, it's often exiles in my practice come up as a visual. So instead of them stepping forward to be heard, there may be an openness to approach them, if that feels right. What does the little one look like? How does it feel? How is it to know you're here, or does it even know? We're not going to go deep here, but we want it to begin to feel seen if it would like to. And if they could speak, what might they say? Let this part know that you see it, that you're here to listen, and that it's safe to express itself. But it makes sense that there's some trust to build here, and we want to take our time. This is just the beginning, or another step in an ongoing process. If it makes sense to engage a little more, if those protectors are okay, and let them know they can be right there with you. Gently ask this younger inner child part, what do you need from me right? Excuse me. What do you need from me right now? It may need reassurance, love, or simply to be heard. Whatever arises, offer it kindness. Maybe helpful to imagine embracing it, speaking words of comfort, or just simply presence, sitting beside them in quiet and understanding. As you continue to breathe, thank this part for revealing itself to you. Let it know that it's not alone and that you'll return to listen again. And if it would like to, and if it feels right, you can even imagine bringing this part into your lap or into your heart, into the present moment, allowing it to be held in warmth and acceptance. And let those parts that may have observed, those protectors that know this little one better than you do right now, quite likely, they can lean into. You're an inner team. And you can help them heal together. And you can all grow together. And you can let go in your own time of some of these burdens of broken pieces that don't belong. They may have thought this is who they were, but it's not. There's hope here. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes if they were closed. See if you can carry this sense of connection and compassion with you throughout your day, throughout your life. It takes a lot of courage to turn toward these younger parts that are much younger with love. But know that you are whole exactly as you are. And I'll remind myself of that too, because I need it. And thank you for taking this time to join me. So grateful for this community. I'll hang around for a bit if you have questions. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so that you're notified when I go live or put out more content. And head over to the website and know that you can always send me an email, Tim@Faithfully Growing, if that's helpful. And on the website, you can sign up for my 25 guided meditations. And when you sign up for that, you are subscribed to my email. And I send out an email every Monday with more resources and offerings that I have for more of your parts work. And so thank you so much for that thumbs up. And if there aren't any questions now, I'll chime off. But if you're watching a recording, engage with me here and know that I'll get back to you in the chat, or I'll bring up your question next week. But so grateful for this community. Let's move forward and see if we can continue to be kind to ourselves and kind to our parts. Thank you.